Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. We're once again returning to the wonderful voice of Emma Koch. I first listened to her when she was like 14 or 15 years old. She's a little bit older now, not that much older, but a little bit older now. And subsequent videos, there's been some great development in her voice. There's a lot more colors, there's a lot more control in the voice, and that's what happens when you've got good training and good technique. So I'm really excited for this performance of You Raise Me Up. And this recommendation comes directly from Buy Me a Coffee, specifically Rick on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you very much, Rick. If you want your recommendations bumped up to the top of the list, just like Rick, check out Buy Me a Coffee. You can also check out Patreon, both of which are linked in the video description. Patreon is for like behind the scenes footage. You also can give me video recommendations, but you have more of a say in the content that I create, which is a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun over there on Patreon. So check that out. Check out Buy Me a Coffee. Let's dive right in. Okay, let's pause right there, about the halfway mark, just a little bit past the halfway mark. Brilliant performance. So, You Raise Me Up. It's a very, very famous piece. Josh Groban did such a great job of this piece. It's not an easy song, but it's certainly well recognizable. And I think it's kind of easy to tell with this one too, if it's a good version or not, even to the untrained ear. It has a melody that goes, so la-ti-do, you raise me up, which is a perfect fourth. Bum, bum, oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. So perfect fourths, just for a bit of music theory background, in my experience, perfect fourths are the hardest interval to tune. They just always come out a little bit flat, a little bit wonky. So that's part of what makes it difficult. And then there's a key change, which I'm assuming is going to happen, hasn't happened yet. There is a key change. And when that happens, things just get a little bit more difficult because everything is like a semitone or a whole tone higher. Okay, so the main point that I want to make, this is a military band, looks like. So if you served in the military or you've any connection to the military, thank you for your service. Thank you very much. Whatever country you serve or whatever country you're currently serving or served in the past, whatever it is, thank you very much for your service. We've got a wonderful armed forces here in Canada. Much respect, much love to them. That's what this seems to be like, some sort of military band performance. And if we look at what Rick said, Rick says, this is fun about Buy Me a Coffee, you can leave me some information, some things you want me to cover in the video. Emma Cox sings with the Royal Military Band Johann Willem Frieso during a memorial concert on May 10th, 2024, honoring the deceased at Grebbeberg War Cemetery. This video includes a short clip where prior to the concert, Emma pays her respects at the cemetery. She commented, "This visit was very impressive. Commemorating World War II is very important, and now I'll better understand the significance. This will be my second time performing with the Royal Military Band, Johann Willem Frieso, and I'm really looking forward to the memorial concert." Emma is a charming girl with the skills of a seasoned professional vocalist. She is especially adept expressing emotion through her voice and gestures. She never fails to bring a tear to my eye. Though she has a serious medical condition, she wishes to be recognized for her vocal talent, which gives her strength. Very well said, Rick. Thank you very much. This is true. Emma does have, I don't know the term exactly, but there's some sort of paralysis in her stomach, and she's got some issues. She's got some medical problems. However, that does not impede on her singing. Or if it does, we don't really know about it. And that's what a professional is. And that's what a professional does. They don't make excuses. And she's got every right, every reason to make an excuse of like, oh, I didn't sound very good today because I wasn't feeling very well. She could do that, but she doesn't. And I respect that so much about her. She just lets the music speak for itself. She's got fantastic technique. She does all the things right. And I'm sure with some sort of stomach issue or some health condition, no matter really what it is, you're going to have to compensate when you're performing and when you're singing, simply because things aren't working as they maybe should, right? And if you think about singing, and if you've watch any videos on my channel, the thing with singing is that we use our lower abdominals a lot to help guide that airflow and to help guide that sound. And with Emma, she's going to have to make some different decisions. And I'd love to learn more about her singing and her singing journey as she battles this stomach problem. Amazing. Okay, now to the music. I'm going to go to the second verse. We get this wonderful montage of her in the cemetery, and then she comes back in to sing. Let's just listen to a bit of this, and then we'll continue on. Okay. One thing she does really well, Josh Groban does this well too, is going to the ah vowel. You raise me up. Opening to that ah, which I talk about a lot on this channel. But Emma does a really great job of that, where she stays in that ah space. She's deciding, rightly so, I think, not to get too powerful, not to get too big in this first half of the song. We do have a key change coming up, and she's going to have to let her rip. I am strong when I am on your shoulder. She could go durs, but she ends up going shoulders and keeping it very light. So I think my prediction is that in the second half of this piece, there may be a key change, not entirely sure, but she's probably going to let her rip a bit more. She doesn't want to do too much too soon because she's going to give away all of her secrets. Plus, she's going to tire herself out when she's needed for this big finish. Love that. One comment about military bands is they're fantastic musicians. Some of the best musicians I've ever worked with are in military bands. And the playing is very technical. It's very clean. It's very precise. The conducting is very pinpoint. And I love that. And you can hear that in the style of this arrangement. Obviously the brass is very evident here, and the percussion as well with the snare drums. But I like the precision. I love that. Mm. Wow. Beautiful. Yes. Love this interpretation. Okay. She's such a great singer. First of all, I think she just sounds really good. Performance skills are nice. But for her age, she makes really good decisions musically. A lot of singing is up here, is planning ahead, looking at a song, looking at a piece and saying, okay, I have a really big note here. So I'm going to do this just before to set myself up. I'm going to do this and this and this. And as you get more experience, and she's very mature for her age, the more experience you get, the better you are at kind of doing that sort of thing on the fly. Maybe I know she's performed this before. I've performed this many times. So when I go to sing this, yes, I'm going to practice it beforehand. I might need to brush up on it a little bit, but I know what's going to happen. I know what I want to try and do. For example, let's talk about some word painting that goes on. So we have the melody and then we get a counter melody. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Very simply, she says, okay, I'm going to sing the word strong. I could sing it really light. I'm going to sing the word strong with a strong voice. Let's see how that works out. Simple. And then she can flip up on the word shoulders because it's a higher note. It's not quite as important of a word, right? Strong is obviously very, very important. And that's word painting 101. So these are what I call vocal subliminal messages. So it's not very obvious, perhaps, right in front of your face what she's doing, but you listen to it and you go, wow, that's really good. That sounds awesome. That made me feel a type of way. And that's what good singers do. They do these little details, tiny, tiny little details that you don't think are that important. But when they do them and they execute them, then everything as it is as it should be. All right. So that's my recommendation to you. If you're a singer or maybe you play piano or another instrument, it's the little details that will make the performance great. Learn all the notes and the rhythms and the words and the dynamics and all those things. Those are sort of like level one. But then as you go and you get better, work on the tiny little details. Word painting being one of them. I am strong, strong. So sing it, girl. And as predicted, she belted out some pretty crazy notes, and I want to hear them again because they're just, for her age, they really, for any age, they sound fantastic. But for her age, she's got this real clear ringing quality to her voice that I absolutely love. I should interview her on this channel. I'd love to talk to her about what she thinks about singing because she's only a teenager, right? So she doesn't have the vocal pedagogy knowledge that maybe some other singers would have. Doesn't have the experience that other singers would have. But clearly, she's doing really well. So you'd think on the chorus, "You raise me up" would be her best sound, but actually it's this second verse or whatever it is. Oh, that's a really good sound. Do you hear that? There's a bit of vibrato in there, right? So there's an evenness to the kind of shimmer to it. She's got a really great mouth position. Opening the mouth a little bit. She's not showing lots of tension in the body. She's just relaxed, but yet it's very, very high. and perfectly in tune, which is so difficult to do at the best of times. When you're like 15, 16, your voice is really still changing to sing that in tune. And I wanted to make this point earlier, and it's just a very basic mic setup. Hallelujah. We have got a live performance where it's not overdubbed. They're not doing any mixing or mastering. This is just a sound system in a church or some sort of space, and they've filmed it. That's it. It's not even connected to the camera, the mic, the board. So this is true, real vocals, and she's singing in tune like crazy. Yeah. This is insane. This is so good. So I talk about this every time I'm working with a student on You Raise Me Up. I'm singing it myself. I'm doing a reaction video to it because I've done several of this song. It's just so popular and so well done. Is what everybody's worried about is you raise me up. It's that note there. Da! And what oftentimes people do is they undersing the prep notes. You raise me. They undersing that because they're like, okay, I got to save myself for that top note, right? And Emma's not doing that, which I love. And then that's what I instruct people to do when I'm working on this piece with them. You have to sink your teeth into those prep notes, or else that top note's not going to work. If you go, you raise me up, you raise me up. Don't forget, it's the whole phrase that we need to be singing, right? And if you have a high note that you're worried about, unless it's a big leap, it comes out of nowhere, which it never really is, sing the prep notes, because that's going to get you into your voice. That's going to get you feeling good instead of last minute, I got to sing this high note. So she does that and many, many other things. And this is why I love, and you love, listening to this voice. That's why we love Emma. She's amazing. She's amazing. So one of the great up and coming singers, I feel hopeful for the next generation of talent and of singers that are coming through. She's going to be great. She's already good. She's already great, to be honest. And every performance I've listened to so far has been inspiring. It's been very tasteful, which I always love. It's been clean. It's been well rehearsed and very, very well sung. I'm really excited for what's next with Emma because I think sky's the limit. Really, really good. So that's going to be the end of this video. If, like Rick, you want your recommendation bumped up to the top of the list, check out Buy Me a Coffee. Don't forget to check out Patreon, which is also down there. Bonus materials, you get extra footage and extra stuff. You get to hang out with me sometimes. Lots of fun. So let's leave the video there. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. You raise me up.